My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Darkest Republic Estate of the Darkest Dungeon. Oh baby, okay, what mission do we want to go on? Stop giving me the Darkest Dungeon highlighted, I don't have anyone who is level 6 for it. Okay, shitty trinket. Pretty shitty trinket. I already have one of these and I can't equip someone with two. And I have no one high enough level to really feel good about this one. Good about that is apparently the way that I was going to stumble over my words there. Alright, we've got ruins. I think we just go back to the ruins. Tactician and deadly. Manslayer also makes you a little bit better in the ruins. However, you definitely don't come along to the ruins. Also, you've got the yips. That's right, you've got the yips. You need to be cured. Cured of the yips before they lock themselves in forever. So it costs a lot to lock things out, unfortunately. And at the same time, I could also lock something in, but look at the cost of that. It becomes 9,000. That's a little bit of a spicy burrito, and it's a little too spicy for me. I mean, you do have Unholy Hater, I do like that. I could probably just take, like, double Crusader in. Actually, I think this one's ooh, but Guilty Conscience is gonna force Breveden to do things that I don't want Breveden to do. Especially in the ruins. That said, I probably should take Breveden in another party eventually. Okay, Chop Q, definitely get leveled up. I'll leave the rest of them for the moment. You already leveled up the skills that I wanted you to have leveled up. That's right. Let's just go through everyone. Montebre is almost certainly not coming on the mission. Yeah, perfect. Everyone's in basically the position I want them to be in. I can, looks like, get armor smithing.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
So it's actually super useful. And if I'm taking Tempopic and Bodecock and Breveden, then it looks like I actually do have to take Montebre along with those. Okay. Double upgrade you and then give you... What is it that you had that I hated? Fragile isn't even horrible. Photomania is actually pretty good though. Okay, you don't have things that are absolutely abysmal. 1, 2, 3, 4... Only Masterful Technique will suffice in battle. I'm getting an incredible amount of achievements here.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Oh, damn. There are a lot more cutscenes here than there used to be. Conclude your final stage of the campaign. I don't think I'm going to be doing that for quite some time yet. Okay. What else do I want to do? Does anyone have...
Cards and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Okay, you have a love a love interest, so I will actually pay 15,000 to remove you to 0 stress. I was gonna take you on my mission. Alright, looks like I'm taking either Reynard or Tournemente. Probably Reynard? No, I'll take Tournament. Which means that Tournament also needs upgrade in that. God damn, that was annoying. I really screwed that up. Okay, so you are Tournaments, Bodecock, Tempopic, and we now need our Ranger. So you can move there, and Thorel can move there. That's actually super annoying, because that means that now you can only do your curses and hexes from the background. Especially because now you can't even use Manslayer. That's kind of annoying, but I guess that's how it's going to have to be for the moment. Alright, let's sort out our trinkets before we do anything else. You definitely 100% of the time takes Churigin's Charm. You take both of these, so now your damage against Unholy is 15% plus your normal damage, plus 25% plus your normal damage, plus 20% plus your normal damage. So... 15, 25 is 40, 20% is 60. So 60% on top of what your normal damage would be towards them. Kind of insane. That's accuracy on range skills. Perfect. So that's going to go for this fellow over here. You're also a Mankind Hater, so you do a lot more damage against humans. That's actually pretty good. care if I reduce the movement. I mean, I wouldn't care about reducing the speed of this guy, but everyone else I kind of do care. You already have dodge. You have dodge. Yeah, everyone has decent dodge by this point in the game because they're all spouting level 1 armor at least, which is usually an increase in dodge. So this is a trinket that I'm so not interested in. In fact, just looking at the trinket, I kind of want to fall asleep. I'm going to take 12 because, again, unreliable healer, but also if I get 3 ticks of anything, I want to be able to avoid it. Bandage, no. Holy water, I'll take at least 1. Apparently I'm taking 2. Whoops, my bad. And then I'll take a stack of 6 torches. A stack is actually 8 for torches, but I'll take 6 torches. 3/4 of a stack. So I have no chance of bleeding anyone, obviously. The majority of them are going to be skeletons. The undead will not
Pace out
be.
the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Solid dodge right there. Solid dodge. I'd really like to also pick up something to give scouting chance buffs to some of my characters, especially since I have all of these free slots. Basically, at one point, I eventually want to have 100% scouting. I don't need exactly 100%, because usually you end up scouting 2 rooms ahead of you, so I guess, like, I don't want 50,
Even
though.
the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Good lord, there is nothing happening in here for a while. Okay, it's a pretty straight shot. Okay, so this curio is annoying. You can increase your stress by using it. You can absolve your sins by using it, which will remove a negative from you. Does anyone have a negative that I really want to remove? Thanatophobia, kind of. Torn rotator as well. Alright, I'm going to have the Tempopic actually use it without any adjustment. Because you can just be absolved of a sin. You can also just find gold in there. Nice. And loses Torn rotator. Perfect. Pretty much exactly how I wanted that to go. We also buff up our torch to Radiant Light before we go into the fight. Gotta have Radiant Light for the fight. If this hits, it's like a 90% chance to hit, and it will just kill. It's so
Their
good.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
You actually have high dodge. I'm gonna hit you with the Vulnerability Hex to remove your dodge. It also marked the enemy, but marks don't really affect me. Look, I do 12 to 23 damage. That's insanity.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Excuse me? Why is Duelist Advanced unlock? Oh my god, I didn't change your skills. Okay. Oh, we got trouble, boss. Yeah, just shoot him. Nice.
Give them no quarter.
Okay, I haven't unlocked the correct skills for Thorel, so Thorel is kind of in a shitty position for us right now, but it'll be okay. We'll manage. He can never duelist advance, basically, otherwise the Crusader goes into a spot where the Crusader can't do anything. See, I could have them do like a dance party, and that would be have the tournament take Holy Lance, and then have Thorel take duelist advance, because this moves him forward by 1, as you can see, it just says it there. And Holy Lance also moves Tournament forward by 1. So basically, they would take turns using their forward-moving skills. None of you are disposable, so we're not reading books. Oh, nice, they're surprised. We should easily, like, incredibly easily just
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
take these apart. Okay, reduces dodge. Ah, that's annoying. Oh, bleed? Oh, perfect. Okay, so that now I can actually get an Inspiring Cry off as well. Put it down to enough health to have it die to the bleed.
Death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
That was incredible. Inspiring Cry can also crit, so you can get a crit heal from it on top of the stress reduction that you get normally. Can be kind of awesome. Some 80, 60, 80... Well, you've got stress, so... Boom, disarm. Oh, it didn't even change the bar, so you went from 29 to 21. Okay, that's fair enough. Contains stashed heirlooms. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty short mission. Got to start thinking about what we really want to do for a next mission after this. Oh god, another surprise! Is it my birthday? What's going on here? I actually want to reduce the damage you do.
A singular strike.
Nice. Oh, I was 100% betting that was going to happen. 9 to 17, even on a target that isn't undead. That's incredible. I should also reduce this guy's stress. This guy's damage by 30%. Yeah, no need to word reconstruction. I'll reduce your damage by 30% because point blank shot, as we found out, as Dismas so fatefully found out, can be kind of bad. Start bleeding you. Rain of Whips. That's a little stress against the whole party, unfortunately, but we should be fine. Now I word reconstructs. There's no reason to roll a debuff on him now. He's going to be dead before the end of the round.
The greater the glory.
Heirloom chest gives relatively low value heirlooms. I did take a medicinal herb specifically for the alchemy table, so nice. Solid return on investment on those medicinal herbs. Another surprise. I am absolutely flabbergasted. If I had to describe myself in some sort of an emotional state, seeing how many enemies are being surprised in this fashion, I would be. Let's just say I wasn't expecting it, and it took me in a fashion that. God, I'm just forgetting the word. Oh well. Let's reduce someone's dodge. That's not really gonna do it, so we'll just have you start working on someone. And finish that work. Now you should be able to, if it bleeds, to kill this target. Yep. Easily done. Served up one slice and dice, but that's pretty much the end of your life, buddy. You've got 3 speed, and I've got 1 character with higher than that at least. Yeah.
A devastating blow.
Heal the party, heal the party, heal. Okay. God damn it!
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I already have decent scouting chats. Awesome. We do have another... Yeah, we do have a shovel. Good. Real pleased about that. I should probably... Oh, I was about to say, I should probably start eating food because I'm not getting hunger pangs. And the food could just be used to heal myself. I'm definitely just going to pop food, 4 food on the boatcock. Hellion. There's no reason not to just continue exploring right now. Perfect. This can be unlocked in 2 different ways, but I don't think I can unlock it in either, actually. Yeah, it can be unlocked with a shovel or a key, but if you don't unlock it with those, the locked mechanism is trapped. This could easily be a battle. And it's not. Okay, let's get out of here.
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
Oh, Manslayer. God damn, you are going to be good in the ruins. Fast healer, misses the spot. Misses the spot is actually really bad for a Hellion. -1 crit. Oy. I don't know how happy about that.
Share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Excuse me? So, Tavern, Brevident has an unforgettable evening and has formed an attachment. She now has a new quirk, love interest. But you already had love interest as a quirk. Yeah, so for some reason it tried to give you love interest as a quirk when you already had it. That's fine by me, to be completely honest. Everyone's in a pretty decent position. We'll unequip our trinkets, sort them. Let's see if we've got anyone we want to pick up. Ooh, a Jester. Mercurial. Not even a decent moveset, to be honest. I mean, that's an incredible amount of stress heal from Inspiring Tune. Battle Ballad is also, it applies to the whole party, so it's plus 12 speed distributed, plus 20 accuracy distributed. It's pretty good. I just don't like solo. I guess I could just take out solo, put in Slice Off, and then I'd actually be pretty happy with you. Plus, I do like Jesters, even if Jesters are commonly referred to as bad. I do like them. Soft also isn't that bad either. Fragile is way worse. Off Guard is horrible. You do have Point Blank Shot and Duelist Advance, so you could do a dance party thing with yourself, because Point Blank Shot can only be used in the first slot, but it moves you back by 1, and then next turn you Duelist Advance to go back to the first slot, and then you Point Blank Shot. So Point Blank Shot does a lot of damage. Incredible amount of damage. But I don't think I can pick you up for the reason that you have Off Guard, because it'll make that way less effective, and the Plague Doctor has Unholy Hater, Irrepressible, okay, that's pretty good. Will only drink when in town, it's okay. You've got a decent moveset, to be honest. And I am going to need Battlefield Medicine for some upcoming stuff. Okay, well, we're going to take the Plague Doctor, the Jester, and the Hellion.
The blood-soaked battlefield.
Now, I'm going to quickly check out some stuff. So we've got the Nomad Wagon. I apparently haven't completed enough quests to unlock that or the Survivalist. Wow. Alright, I am going to start selling some trinkets that I know I'll never use. So, for example, Bloody Herb. I'm literally never going to use this. I'm not going to be unlocking Incision on you. Maybe I do. Yeah, almost certainly not. Okay, whatever. We're going to get rid of this. Bloody Herb. Really sell it? Yes. Disease Charms, not worth it at this point for me. Nor is Move Charm. I just need to start getting some money because I just have some horrible... Excuse me? Plus 4 dodge for negative 20% move resist. In the Wield. Yeah, in the Wield, nothing tries to move me, so I can actually take Slippery Boots. It's just like a huge boon. Brevident might end up being in the first party position at some point. 10% max HP for negative 4 dodge is no longer worth it. And Haste Chalice never works out for me personally. Awesome. Got a decent amount of income there. Let's set ourselves up for the next mission. Witch Doctor's Vial, Plague Doctor, rather, is plus stun skill chance. Not going to be taking that, unfortunately. Bleed Amulet, negative 4 dodge, plus 30% bleed skill chance, plus 20% bleed resist. That's not that bad, to be completely honest. Medic's Greaves, useless, and I can't do this one yet. Okay, so I feel like I kind of want to take the Jester on this mission. If we're going to the Warrens, you want to run like a bleed party, so I'm thinking... first off, the Jester definitely needs to come in here, and you need to unlock Slice Off. So we'll run Slice Off Harvest. Harvest hits the middle 2 party members for 2 points of damage bleed per 3 rounds, and then this is 3 points of damage per 3 rounds, and only hits one of those 2. This is, of course, a group buff, and then Stress Heal. So who do I want to run as a healer in the Warrens? Do I have, like, a specific... Not really. I don't have a specific tendency towards any of you for that. Yeah, none of you. You have Clodder, so that is kind of good in there, I guess. Yeah, we'll take you. So what kind of a party do I want to run? I definitely need a healer. Let's just get rid of all of these people. Can I just, like, right-click to remove you? No, I can't. Okay. Oh. So we're definitely picking up Mortimer. Anti-Beast. Like, you can't stop me from taking him. Mortimer's coming along. Malay? No. No, not worth. Almost certainly Bodecock as well. Because Bodecock has, again, bleed. And we can do like a bleed party with this setup at the moment. I really want to lock in Slugger. I want to lock in Slugger and lock out Misses a spot, but it costs so fucking much to do. Tempopic also needs to be in the party. You have to be. We are going to the Warrens. Perfect. And I guess that makes this Buznoi. Okay, so Biznoi, you take this for the increased bleed skill chance. You're the ranger, so you'll take this. Shuriju's charm obviously goes on you. I do want you to hit as often as possible, but you're really our damage dealer, so you're going to pick up the warrior's cap. There is something that actually moves us here. Oh, hang on. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. This is bad positioning. Biznoi wants to go here, because otherwise you won't be able to use Inspiring Tune or Battle Ballad. You can use everything from this slot right now. You can use everything, but then you can't use Word Reconstruction from the front. I can move Mortimer way forward, but if I want to do that, I want to unlock Cry Havoc and put Blackjack back in. Yeah, that totally works, actually. Blackjack's a stun as well, 125% chance, which is really high for a base level stun. Actually, it's really high for a base level stun, but it's also going to be a little higher because I'm not going to let it be a base level stun. Blackjack is really good just to keep around. Especially in a bleed-based party where you're going to have DOT stacking over time. Okay, that actually looks like a decent party build. Everyone's got their trinkets, I believe. Yeah, let's provision set out. Again, we have an unreliable healer, so I'm going to take 2 full stacks of food. I'm going to take way too many torches. Take, like, 4 medicinal herbs, 3 bandages, 3 shovels, 2 skeleton keys. Yeah. If you live for risk and darkness, by all means, bring few torches. We're going to be doing some of the low light runs later on in the game. For now, though.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. So we've got 24 rooms, so I can only... Hang on, I can avoid 3 of them, I think, with 24 rooms. No, I'm just going to go down here and make sure that I get the right amount. I know for a fact I can avoid 2 of them.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
None of you are easily dismissible, so we'll just continue moving past books. Yeah, a curio and a blank room. Yeah, we'll totally do this. Jester, is your disarm... No, your disarm chance is abysmal. Right, you do have some stress. I'll have you do it. Nice. Oh, incredible. Meat wagon. It's dinner cart or whatever. Get 10 food from that. I used to try and work with risky strategies there, so whenever I was going to the Warrens, I would just take very low food and a bunch of medicinal herbs and try and get food from the medicinal herbs, but all you need is one mission where you don't get any food from curios and you're really fucked, like you party wipe. So I couldn't afford doing that. Couldn't afford doing that anymore at the point. Surprised. Surprise. Yeah, I definitely drew Harvest at this point. 2 bleedable targets. Only one of them got hit, unfortunately. We're going to try and set her up for a death with it, if it bleeds. And then you, I guess I'll lower your damage. Nice.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Immediately remove the ones that can do stress damage, because that's the stuff that'll stick with you for a long time. Okay, this should be fine, especially if it gets bleed. And it does. Excellent, we can ignore that guy for the rest of the game then. You have no dodge, so I may as well just decrease your damage, just in case you get an attack out. I will do basically no damage to him because I'm not going to be bleeding. So this is all on the Hellion to do, which means I can actually afford to play my loot a little and give myself a buff against stress damage, as well as heal 10 stress.
Destroy them all.
Okay, that's Arbalists. Yeah, it's Arbalists. Okay, so this is going to be super goddamn unprofessional. But I really need to know what the occult scrawlings do. Because there is something that they can actually be interacted with in a positive fashion, I recall. Occult scrawlings. I'm straight up just typing this into Google. Scrawlings, Curio, perfect. Can only be found in the Warrens. DarkestDungeon.gamepedia.com is the official wiki of Darkest Dungeon. Pimped out by the developers for it. Okay, Holy Water gives you a negative effect, negative 20 dodge. No item can give you a random positive, a random negative, stress, or nothing. Oh, okay, actually it's abysmal and full of shit. So we're just going to be ignoring all occult scrolling from now on. It is 33% chance for a random positive, where it's only half of that chance for a random negative. But you've also got a 25% chance for stress, so overall it's pretty bad. I'd like to move these skills around if I could, but... It's a long map. It's a long map. No, there's 2 stress dealers in here. I'm gonna pop a dog treats. And just kill you. It'll bleed. It'll kill him. It's fine. So that's some stress. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You, I will reduce the damage of. Debuff.
Slowly. Gently.
Okay, if it bleeds on the Swine Drummer is 100% the move. Hound's Harry should finish that off at that point. All it needs to do is do 1 damage and bleed. Ball and Chain. That doesn't move you, does it? Oh, no, it does. It tries to roll a move on you. That would have been super annoying if that worked, actually. Oh, incredible.
A death by inches.
I don't know if I could be prouder.
As the fiend falls.
Okay, get to this guy's turn first. Okay, word reconstruction on the front party member. Get to the Jester's turn first, please, 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 please. Oh!
Fate is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Jester would have got some free healing there. That's just buffs for the mission. I don't really like the Sturdy Greaves, to be honest. They aren't that useful for me. And I think I might get the ability to stack a lot of Onyx, so I'm actually just going to swap those. This is, like, small amount plus damage. Could also give you something instead. We'll give it to you. Infuses with great power, which is a buff until camp. So, some of these say that they are for 2 rounds, but they aren't. Though, that's the 50% damage from the dog treats that is for 2 rounds, and then I think 10 accuracy from dog treats, again, only for 2 rounds. But since those are affecting the same stat as the until camp modifier, it looks like it's not until camp for those. But as soon as these wear off, you'll see the rest are until camp, so it's fine. It's not actually bugged in the way that it ends up interacting. You can see that it's gone back to normal there. It's not actually bugged in the way it end up interacting. It's just bugged in display, basically. Buff
The way
my...
is lit. The path is clear.
It has to be
We
south and then up,
require only
otherwise
the
I won't be able to
strength
get the whole map.
follow it.
Perfect. I'll be able to do every hunger event. Oh, incredible. Okay. These, you burn the scrolls and it will remove a negative. Oh, cool. I can actually remove misses a spot. It's really important, and it's a huge change in the play of a Darkest Dungeon player when you realize what different things in different areas can absolve you of your negative quirks. Because then you have to you don't have to continue letting your party members... Oh, excellent. We got another Onyx. So now this is 1,000 for the stack. Then you don't have to keep healing your party members, using an incredible amount of money, and on top of that, having them out of action for a week. So it's relatively worthwhile to note that I could totally at some point just take a rest to get the buffs and keep those for the rest of the dungeon.
A blazing star is born.
It's a totally legitimate strategy. There have even been strategies that have involved resting at the very start of every dungeon. I'm not doing that one, but oh, I got surprised. Wow, I haven't had that happen yet. Do you have back 2? Yeah, you do. Awesome. Okay, you're going to move back 2, and that's going to fix our party order again. That wasn't a bad shuffle, luckily. Does make me a little sad, but not a horrible shuffle. Yeah, that's fine. You do have bleed resist. I'm going to be a little annoyed about that. I might actually just harvest here and try and get this guy down as fast as possible.
Press disadvantage.
Great idea.
No quarter.
He wouldn't have died without the harvest. Actually, he could have died from slice off. Whoops.
Impressive.
Awesome. I figured I had to hit the swine wrench.
Slow death.
Sorry, wretch.
Unforeseen.
And if I hit and bled, which was relatively super likely, it was going to be way, way better if I also did some damage to the rest of the party. This one I'll just go for the word reconstruction. Want to be proactive about my heals as well as I can. Okay.
A devastating blow.
Yeah, you're dead. Awesome. This guy does still have an action this round, but that's fine. Single action. Nice. And a resist. We don't have to worry about anything ever again. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to stress heal from any of my party members at the moment.
Confidence surges.
There's no reason to avoid doing anything there except for trying to kill. Because you could possibly reduce your stress a little by getting the kill. So Shrink is probably going to be ignored.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I'll make way for portraits, because portraits are super annoying. So portraits only stack up until 3, but they become really, really important for certain things. Especially... What is it the portraits are super important for? It's something. It's something super important, I can't remember. That was a key for a portrait. Yeah, I'd probably make that trade again, to be honest. Emerald's worth that many crests? Not really, but probably worth that many busts. And starting a stack of busts. Like, I don't see it as 2 busts. I see it as room for 6 busts. No reason to loot back there. Awesome. Awesome, we've got some pretty good pathing. Okay, you've got the... He's got 4 stress, she's got 6. But there's a 10% difference in their chance to resolve it. Crate is empty. Fine, fine, fine by me. I do have a holy water, don't... No. No, I do not. You don't interact with those without holy water. You just cut your hands open, if I recall correctly. I probably ought to rest at this point, to be honest. Yeah, I'll rest.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companionship.
Plus 8% crit. I'm so pleased with it. I'm also going to use Hound's Watch so that I can prevent nighttime ambush. It'll also reduce the chance that we get surprised and increase the chance that we surprise other people. Okay, Jester won't be able to reduce his own stress. He can only reduce the stress of a companion, like a lot, but... Super annoying. Is this 3? Okay, we've got 3 and a 2, so you'll encourage him and you'll reduce his stress entirely. Perfect. It's actually really good.
The light, the promise of safety.
Stash heirlooms. Nice. And it's also worth noting that using the firewood actually frees up some slots. So it freed up a little slot from the food that I used. This is actually going to be the most annoying thing that I encounter in a while, so we'll use dog treats here. But it'll free up the slot thanks to the food that I used. And also thanks to the firewood that I used. You... that should kill, right? No, it doesn't. Oh my god, that's not going to kill. Wow. Wow, this is so annoying. Okay, hang on. That takes 2 damage, this takes 1 damage. Has 3 health, has 2 health respectively. Like, it's just off killing in both cases. You're dead next turn, at least. Oh, and we dodged, so it doesn't matter, ultimately. Another dodge. Dodge it again, dodge it again. Dang it. 3rd time's too many charms. Okay. Let's reduce the stress. Sorry, the stress rather the damage of this character here. Throw some damage into him. That was wrong. I should have killed the one first so that the Jester would actually have someone to target. Now the Jester just has to reduce his own stress. Please go first. Nah, Hellion didn't go first. Dang it. Yeah, that's entirely my fault. I made a horrible mistake that resulted in that happening. Oh, I might get another turn with the Jester to reduce his own stress here. I mean, look, this guy is going to die to his bleeds anyway. I may as well take the time to heal.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Brought low and driven into the mud. How's that? Okay, that was a lot closer than any of the ones before. Not to say it is good, but it was closer. This is also an empty room, so unless there's a battle in the hallway here, we will be completely fine. I'll probably still... Oh, nice. Dodge the trap at least. Also reduces the amount of stress that he takes. I'll probably actually go down this hallway as well, just to see whatever this curio is. I don't have a torch, unfortunately, so if it is occult scrollings... Not occult scrollings, the pilot scrolls, I wouldn't be able to resolve it. And we out of here!
Swinefolk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
So the Bleed Amulet is going to be super useful on the Jester. I'm also now annoyed that I didn't end up picking up the Jester's dice earlier in the game for the plus 2% crit. Photomania replaced Clutch Hitter, that's fine. Syphilis is horrible, -5 accuracy, -10% damage, -10% max HP. So you actually have to fix that. Fear of Mankind is horrible as well. Oh, plus 10% damage if the torch is low. That's actually fine. Thin-Blooded really doesn't matter, especially considering he has Clodder as well. So Thin-Blooded and Clodder...
The plume and the pistol. A fitting end to my folly. And a curse upon us all.
So these should kind of balance each other out. You got Clodder for plus 15% lead resist, and then... Oh, that's Blight resist. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so first things first. I'm the realist. We've got you coming down here to cure your syphilis. 100% has to happen. Now, who had the other thing that I wanted to lock out of them? Is that phobia? Must be Bosnois. Yeah, Fear of Mankind. I can't keep that. Especially because Mankind is the thing that he's most likely to be stunning. Stunning, what am I talking about? Bleeding. Fear of Mankind gets locked out. And then that'll have to be next episode that we sort out what we're going to be doing in the future. My name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, and we will see you next time.